Hello, it's Noelle Rollins with Noelle Rollins Art. I am so happy to have you here today. I'm going to talk to you about business cards and different types of printing material that's very easy and inexpensive, and it's a great way to start getting your name out for your new business. So, first things first, business cards. I happen to have 3 or 4 different business cards, and I'm kind of I've merged them down to a couple, but I'm going to show you a few examples anyways. So for my main card, I have them printed, but you can at any, paper supply store, you can get Walmart, Target, Office Max, you can buy business cards and print them yourselves and pop them apart. That will be just fine to get you started. The main point of the card is so you have something to remember, or people to remember who you are. I was just in a show actually next to a woman who did amazing children's clothes. They're beautiful. And I just remember thinking, boy, I have a sister that's pregnant, but we don't know if she's going to have a boy or a girl. And so I didn't want to commit to buying anything, and I hadn't known she would be there in advance, so I didn't have any, way to know that I would want to buy something from her. And I thought, great, I'll buy something from her, in 6 months. And in talking to her, she did not have business cards. She did not have a website. And I thought, I was so bummed that here I missed out on this chance to have these beautiful clothes. And I admit I'm not a phone person much, so I would just never call her. And I know some people would. They'd get her number and they'd call her and order that later. And it's just, in me being real, would never do that. So a business card would have made it much easier for me, and it would have made a sale for her, and potentially more sales from people that saw those clothes on my niece or nephew. So going back to that, you can also use there's tons of different printing sites, and you can get business cards for $20 or under for a few hundred. So I really encourage you to do that. Some of the things you want to make sure to have on your card are, I have a picture of my artwork, so people can kind of get a feel if, they'll look back at this later and go, oh yeah, the woman who does the yoga artwork. My name, my tagline, which is creating an inspired life. My position, which is artist owner. I have my studio address, my phone number, my email, and my website address. And on these I have on the back just a little message too, just saying art, soulful art classes, hand-painted glassware, giftware, and more. So if someone happens to see it upside down, they can still know what it is. Another card I have is completely different than my yoga card. I do a lot of very bold, bright music-themed artwork, which is kind of music and wine and nightlife and colorful things. And I wanted a card that reflected that feel more, since it's a completely different feel than the yoga artwork. So that's what this one is. If I'm showing my stuff at a nightclub or a coffee bar, coffee shop, then I will use this card. Another thing I do with my cards is every time a print or a card, a greeting card, or a original sell, I make sure to include some business cards with that. This card I don't use as much anymore since I don't do portraits very much, but this is one where, again, it was a completely different audience, so I wanted to make sure that I had a card to reflect that. So this shows a couple paintings I've done of kids, and it has my information. And this one was very, very simple. It was actually on vistaprint.com, and it was just a template that they already had designed, and I just popped my information in and added a couple new photos. It probably took me 10 minutes. So that's an option also. And lastly, since business cards are so affordable to print out, I started using them in different ways. And I got this idea I ordered some magnets and postcards from a woman named Lee Lane, who I am now friends with, but at the time didn't know her. And when I got my order, it had the most beautiful bright piece of paper with a handwritten note, and paper clipped to that was a card that said, here's a coupon code for a certain amount off your next order. And I thought, what a brilliant idea. We all know that, or maybe you don't know, but people that already are buying your work, they are going to be your best customers to buy future work, your best prospects. So you want to keep those people coming back. They've already established that they are willing to pay money for your style of artwork. keep those customers happy and be good to them. And so I created this, and it says, "You are fabulous." And it has a thank you from me, and it has a coupon code to get a percentage off their next order when they go to my Etsy site. So I sent, every time something sells off my Etsy site, I pop one of those cards in their order, and it's just something a little fun for me to hand out. So lastly, I just want to show you a couple other ideas outside of business cards that you can hand out to people. So if you are doing a show or you just want to get the word out about yourself, I will print postcards that have my artwork on them. And then on the back, I always make sure to put my information. So this is something that, you know, someone could just pin up by their desk, or they could give to a friend who maybe needs to hear that message. And it's advertising, and it's doing good and kind of sending a happy message into the world at the same time. So I also use this one that has a whole bunch of my yoga artwork. And then it talks all about what the series is about, and then it has information on where to go for yoga studios and chiropractic clinics, all sorts of natural health places, or anyone who would be interested in this work to go for more information on ordering wholesale. And what I love is, I think this is perfect to just pop in a frame or a mirror, or hang by your desk at work, and there's just little happy messages on there that it's kind of spreading the love. They can look at it and feel good. So, and one last thing is, I have all kinds of these that I've done, and these are just, this is called a rack card. It's about 4 by 8, and so I printed my repurposed wood sign print on here. And this is something I can hand out. It's affordable for me to do, and everyone can have a piece of it. So those are a few ideas for you, just to have material to share with the world that has your work and start getting it out there. Always make sure that you put your information, your website, your phone number, your name on the backs of those pieces so they are trackable to you. You know, you don't want someone who loves your stuff to never know where to find it again. So if you pop those in, if someone buys an original, one thing I love to do is pop in a print or a postcard print from a different series so they can start to see some other things, maybe introduce them to a style of your artwork they didn't know you did. So hopefully that was helpful in getting you started in some business cards and a little bit of identity for your company. Our next talk is going to be all about websites. So I look forward to sharing you my top 5 tips on having a great, fun, informational website. So I hope you'll join me. In the meantime, I'd love for you to check out my website at www.noellerollinsart.com. Let me know what you think, say hello, and let me know how you're liking these videos. I thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.